Hey, so I've just found out a cool little hack and I thought I'd share it with you guys. So I use a syndication system called Libsyn. So effectively I put my episodes onto Libsyn and Libsyn spits out around the world to Apple Podcasts, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, etc., etc. So there's a global map of where you're getting all of your downloads. But I've just discovered if you click into the map itself, it will actually show you, it'll break down the regions where most of your downloads are coming from within that country. Let me share the screen with you and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Here you go. So here's my screen. So this is a recent podcast launch we did. So let's go here, for example. So any country you can see there that's got a color means there's been a download in that country. So let's go to the UK, for example. So 4,500 podcast downloads. But more than just the UK, I can now break down where most of the downloads are coming from. So there, for example, the Northwest, 257, Humberside, 382, London, 1,047. Now, you might be saying, well, why would that be relevant or why does that matter? But if, for example, let's say you're doing events or you're going to be going into new territories, you want to put on a live event. If I know now that my market is mainly in London, which I would have suspected anyway because I'm London-based and I'm a UK-based podcaster, but let's say that I didn't know that, for example, but now I know that all of my podcasts, or the predominant amount of my podcast listens are coming from London, it makes sense that if I put on an event in London, most of my people who listen to my podcast would find it accessible. So go into there. Let me share it with you one more time. Here you go. So if we go to another country, let's go to India, for example, 164 downloads. And there you can see these regions here are pretty mega low numbers. Anywhere apart from this major region here, Uttar Pradesh. Oh my God, it even zooms in. I'm learning all the time, guys. I'm learning all the time. So again, especially if you're putting on events, for example, if you want to know where your audience is coming from, not only can you now look globally or sort of on a worldwide basis at your statistics, click into the map on your syndication software and chances are you might be able to find out exactly the region where your fans are based. How useful is that? Very.